So let's talk about messages from our guides and how they communicate with you. I'm going to get into that through sharing my own story today. As a spiritual guidance coach and an intuitive health medium, one of the things I tell people is when your guides want to come through, they will. You're not going to physically hear them. And if you're pretty new to your spirituality and you're still expanding, you'll get intuitive nudges. But the most clear way our guides speak to us is through our own experiences. And if we're spiritually aware and we realize it and we can feel their energy coming through in those experiences, we can react accordingly with an awareness that something spiritual is taking place, and we can react in a way that serves us, not being in like a fight or flight. We'll actually react in a way that serves us, where we can learn from that experience and grow, and not just cycle through energy and repeat stuff because we're not listening. I'm here to tell you, I've been repeating something for the last year because I haven't been listening. And my guides, they are a thug. They came through so hard today. And I'm almost like, I'm humbled. We'll just leave it at that. But I'm an Ironman triathlete. And it's rigorous training. It's a 2.5 mile swim. It's a 112 mile bike ride. And the race ends with a marathon, a 26.2 mile run. And I've been doing those, but I missed 2020 because of the pandemic. 2021, I had an awful family emergency, and actually on my way to the race, I had to turn around and come home. And then 2022, I had an injury and adrenal fatigue. In 2023, I made it to the race, but I ended up not doing it. That's like a whole nother story. But in 2023, my guides were like, is she not going to see it? We took away 2020. We took away 2021. We took away 2022. She's at the 2023 race, and we took it from her. And she's still trying to do a race in 2024. Hello? Like, are you listening? So finally in 2023, I was like, maybe I'm not supposed to do Ironman races. And they're like, ding, 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 she gets it. And I was like, but why not? And my guides basically told me, you are done. Like, you're not doing Ironman races for a while. Like, I'm supposed to rest and allow my body to recover and not push so hard physically. I'm supposed to just rest, which I'm completely fine with that. So as I'm hearing these messages, I'm like, okay, I got you. I'll rest. So when I lived out of my camper, I didn't work out. I ran when it felt good, and I rode my bike when it felt good. I did not have any type of workout agenda. There was no Ironman training. I just did my thing. Well, when I got back from my camping, of course, I felt pretty great. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can get in that Ironman training. Maybe I can do 2024. Here we go. And my guides were like, here we go. Like, really? So anyway, after a series of messages, a series of nudges through these last few months of training, I did decide to pull the cord on 2024. I gave up my hotel room, I transferred my bib, but then decided, well, I'm going to start swimming because I still love swimming. I really miss lap swimming. I go to the pool today. I can't believe this. It's closed. And it's closed for a long time because they need a part for the pump, and it doesn't sound like the pool's opening anytime soon, which would be devastating if I were doing my Ironman training because I'd be right at the peak of my swimming. This would be my most highest volume of swim. So I called the next closest pool, which is 45 minutes away. That pool is closed indefinitely. Like, the building isn't even open anymore. The only pool that's closest to me is an hour and 45 minutes away. So my guides are like, have fun. You go try to do your Ironman swim. We're just going to take all the pools away and watch you sit there and try and figure it out. Thugs. I'm telling you, they're thugs. So my point being, had I not listened, let's say I didn't listen and I started training and I continued training, not listening, I would have just had hours and hours and hours of training and work taken from me because the pool being closed at this time is the most important time of Ironman training. My guides would have thumped me like 2x4 to the forehead. I wouldn't have been able to continue my training without the pool. And the other message in this is that because I listened, I didn't have to feel the suffering of having the pool taken from me right smack in the middle of training for an Ironman triathlete. It's one of the most difficult Ironmans in the series. And to have all that taken from me because the pools are closed, that in itself would have been devastating, especially since it's the 4th year in a row that I would have had it taken from me. So now I can just be like, oh, see, I wasn't supposed to do it anyway. It shifts how I react to the pool being closed. Still very disappointing because I love swimming, but not as disappointing as if I'd been right at the peak of my training. And now I can just react with awareness of, thank you guys for validating. I was never supposed to do this training anyway. I was never supposed to do this race. And I can get on with my life with working out normally and not have to worry about all that time that I would have wasted because I listened to my guides. When they told me to pull the cord, I pulled the cord. Yeah. When our guides want to talk to us, they'll come through. They'll make sure we hear them.